everyone. Thanks again for joining the podcast, We Don't Know Things. Today, I am here with my very good friend, Scott Huck, which I went to high school with him. So I'm going to hand it over to him to introduce himself, and then we're going to get started on the topic today.
Good morning. Well, whatever time it is. Afternoon.
Yeah.
My name's Scotty Huck. Most people call me Scotty or Scott. Went to North Posey, graduated a few years before Nathan, and met in high school, and always thought he was a very interesting person. I was a bit shyer back then, so I probably didn't talk too much, though.
That's very sweet. What? You played trumpet, right?
No, saxophone,
what?
alto.
Ah, dang it. I knew it was brass.
Yeah, I was referred to as Mr. Perfect because I was always in the right spot.
Oh, well, and I remember you always came in with your sleeves rolled up, kind of like the Grease days.
Yeah, they were a little bit rolled up.
Yeah.
And tight the jeans.
I loved it. It was funny because back then we didn't really talk much.
I just didn't talk much in general, but
yeah. It's funny because now I'm friends with all the people that didn't talk much, even though I talk too much.
I've been told I talk too much too, but
just whatever. We're in our older years, so let's embrace it, right?
I didn't talk the first 20 years, so now I'm talking the next.
There you go.
Hopefully 80 years, maybe.
Right? Perfect. I get it. I talk so much now, and I'm like, there has to be a platform where I can talk all the time, and I found it. So let's talk about what we saw this morning. First, it was this week with George, and Jonathan Carl was on, and then also Margaret Brennan on Face the Nation. What do you think? So I want to ask you a question because the first thing that came up, and I've been seeing it in the news all week, is the ageism. What are your opinions on ageism and with Trump and Biden?
So Biden's issue is actually a stutter.
Right.
I don't know if you realized he has a stutter.
Yeah. Long ago, yeah.
It's the same thing I do. I say the wrong word. When he gets tired or when he gets excited or there's a lot of stuff going on, he will say the wrong thing. Right. And people are picking on it like he doesn't know what he's talking about. Right. Dude's smart.
He's very
all out there. It's a verbal communication issue.
That's a great point. I never thought of his stutter being part of what they're analyzing.
Now, on the other hand, Trump knows exactly what he's saying. He's just
he's a dick. I know.
He's out there.
Yeah.
There is no excuse. The cocaine in the 80s, probably 70s, 80s, 90s, probably did him in. But people vote for him because he's different. But whatever.
Right. Yeah. No, it's funny that you say that because I remember a long time ago, not that long ago, but my dad said, and I hear this in a lot of interviews of why people like Trump is because he doesn't pay like he's not friends in the political world, and they remind him of themselves. Just, the regular dude. But on the other hand, he knows exactly what he's doing to these people.
Have you ever seen those pyramid schemes that they used to have? People would buy into them and you sell your stuff, but then you get somebody else to work for you and then they buy their stuff.
Well, yeah.
So when they show up to those meetings, they drive the most expensive car.
Right.
They don't own it. They're not making any money, but they'll drive like a Jaguar or something very expensive. And it's show. And that's exactly what Trump is. Mm-hmm. He's in more debt and out of things because of people that are in the law degree that get him out of it.
Yeah, I think that everything that he claims as fame and money is collateral.
it's smoke and mirrors, but
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's perfect. So, what do you think? That's I agree 100%. The show was actually it just kept bothering me because it kept playing clips of Biden stumbling over words and stuff.
right.
But what you just said is a perfect point that I had completely forgotten that he did have a stutter. And I remember he went to classes to
Yep.
learn how to correct his stutter. So that makes a lot of sense. I wish the media would put that out there about his stutter because instead of them using his mental ability, oh, is Connor there?
Oh, Jordan just came in. Jordan.
Oh, say hi. Get over here.
Hi, Jordan.
Jordan, come on. Get on the podcast. Say hi. Whatever.
He's running away.
It's like, no way, I'm not doing that. That's okay. So I also wanted to ask you about I always forget how to say his whole full name. Benjamin Yahoo.
Yahoo?
Yes.
Yeah,
What did you
the net and then what Trump is, a Yahoo.
Right, yeah. That's perfect. So when he was speaking and John actually Margaret was asking him questions, or was it on this week or I can't remember.
Right.
But either way, he was saying that what they're doing with the strikes and stuff, he didn't understand why Biden was calling it over the top or whatever. So what do you think about that? Because we're involved now.
I've got a dog that wants to go outside. Can we just 1 second? He's
do
very,
it.
very demand. Can you hear him?
I can't hear him, but I can pause it. I can pause this.
I can show you him.
Oh, let me see.
Did you want to go outside?
Oh, I see it. He's got a little jacket on.
Oh, yeah, he's cold all the time.
Well, just take your phone with you. Yeah. I love doggies.
He said he needs to go potty.
I know. It's funny because Jolie was like, I don't think Scott will do it. Or maybe it was Katie that said it. I was like, yeah, he will.
All right. You got it paused or is it?
No, it's good. We're still on. He already went out? Oh, you don't have to actually take it.
Getting cold in here. I need to go grab a jacket.
Yeah, grab a heater or something.
I'll be right back.
All right. Mr. Rogers.
I should have came in with that one. It's a black, kind of almost the same sweater style.
Yeah, when do you get out of your house? When are you moving?
Should close before the beginning of March.
Oh, wow, that's fast. Yeah.
Close the beginning of March on this house, and then I take ownership of the house I'm buying as soon as we get all the loan paperwork done. So it could be.
Wow. So I can't believe you haven't started packing. That's not that far away.
There's really nothing to pack. It's basically just load it up in the truck and take it.
Yeah. I mean, but all your basement stuff, you've got a fish tank, you've got chairs. And are you leaving most of that stuff?
Couch and everything, just load it up on the trailer and drive it over there.
Yeah. And that's, yeah. Are your kids going to help you or no?
Connor might. He'll be home, but Jordan will be down Murray State.
Okay. Oh, I love Murray State. Okay. So going back to the topic, what do you think about? We already talked a little bit about Nikki Haley, but let's talk about her.
Oh goodness.
I know.
Going from a Trump perspective, she looks cute when she's not talking, but she is clenching too much. There's just like she's mad the entire time.
She always looks mad. Yeah.
It's like when people blink. You count the blinks to see if somebody's lying a lot. Some people don't always blink, but she clenches. But
she does.
She has got a lot of good points, though.
Yeah, it's really weird because when Jason and I watch these shows, we watch it every Sunday. Well, and I know you do too, because we usually text while we're watching it. But
Oh, yeah. Comment on
one of
the
the, yeah,
on
I'm always judging her clothing and whatever. But one of the things that like, okay, so I don't dislike Republicans. I think they're really smart for the most part. Well, let me restate that. I think the idea of Republicans can be smart. And I actually think that Nikki Haley has a lot of good points, like you said. My only issue with her is that she said that she would pardon Trump. And I think that's a disaster.
Yeah. Nobody's above the law.
Right. So, yes. And she says that. So she's almost hypocritical in the way, in her stance. Because she's like, nobody's above the law, but I will pardon the biggest jackass of all time.
Right.
So that's where I have a problem with her. While at the same time, so I'm battling in my head. At the same time, I'm like, okay, she's right about this. She's right about this. She's right about this. And then there's Trump. And it's like, what are you doing, woman? Like, come on, either do it or don't. Go one way or the other. Like, you can't appease him because, I mean, let's face it, he's gonna win. We already know it.
He has so much control over everything.
Yep.
He's got
she's a woman, which we were all talking about in chat. Women hate women, so they're not going to vote for her.
Women are scornful towards other women.
Yeah, it's awful.
And it's awful. I don't know how it got started, but it's
always been that way. It's so terrible. I mean, we've had a lot of good options for women leaders, and like we were talking about earlier, and they just don't. For some reason, they just hate each other, and I'm like, what? And I asked one of my good friends. I'm not going to say her name on this because I'd like to keep her name private. But right. I remember asking her once. I was like, "What do you not like about Hillary Clinton?" And she's like, "I don't know. I just don't like her." Yeah. And I was like, "That's it? That's all you've got?" And that's a common response.
Oh, she was bloodletting. That was one of the things about Hillary, but
oh, there's so many things.
Yeah.
I've heard so many awful rumors and just like that they sacrifice babies. And, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, and one of my friends thinks the Obamas like that they're in the what's that thing called? When you're famous, God, I can't think of the name right now. You know what I'm talking about with the triangle. Yeah, the Otomy. Gosh, I can't even think of the name, but it's so dumb that one of my friends actually think and believes that. He thinks Oprah sacrifices babies. Illuminati. That's what it is.
That's it. I was going to say it's on the dollar bill, but I don't have a
yes. On the damn dollar bill, like really?
Pyramid with a little.
You really think that these people are sacrificing babies? Like, what is wrong with you? Come on now. It's so stupid.
That's kind of how Trump has made himself where he is conspiracies.
Yeah, rumors.
And you take people that don't know all the facts and you give them fear, and then you throw in some conspiracy in there. They're going to follow whatever you say because they're like, oh, that must be true.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, do you really want, I mean, I just don't understand it because he's going to take away rights for transgender people, for gay people, for women with abortions. He's going to take away all that stuff. And so I really don't understand, like, if you're a woman, if you're trans, if you're gay.
If you're just a human being.
Yeah. I mean, only white men are the supported people for
even
him.
If you're religious, it'll take away your religious rights.
Yeah, it's.
You don't realize getting rid of certain things will take away your religious rights.
Yes, absolutely.
Even if you think it's freedom, it's gonna take away all your stuff too.
Yeah, and every one of us, you, me, Katie, Jolie, we all have a connection to somebody that is either trans, gay, white, women, black. I mean, we all are connected to someone. So it's like, are you representing the American people or
Right.
just your own purpose? And I think I really just think he's a selfish ass.
Oh yeah.
And sadly, that's what we're gonna get for the next 4 years. Come,
Yeah. And
come
people think
January.
that's confidence.
I know, right?
It's like, just be the biggest jerk you can be, and
Yeah,
just because you're confident that you know what you're talking about.
yeah,
What's the term? Fake it till you make it,
yeah.
or
That
just fake
is
it to the top and just keep faking it.
that. Yeah, that there couldn't be a better term for exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because when he gets up there and talks, I like and speaks, I've
Well, he doesn't.
listened.
He doesn't speak. He bullies.
Yeah,
He's
it's
the
all hate.
ultimate
It's
in
all
bullying.
hate. Like he was talking about today in the clip they showed on this week with George. They showed where he was bullying Nikki Haley's husband. He is a freaking veteran. He's on a mission. He is a military person.
He
And
doesn't have
he's
a
like
choice.
making it sound like he just doesn't want to be there.
Right.
That's such a disrespect to our military.
Oh yeah. And he disrespects them all the time, but yet people seem to be behind him.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think I mean, I'm kind of glad that I don't get it because if I got it a little bit, if I even had a little bit of understanding, then that would mean I'm kind of dumb.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not, I don't know a lot of people that like Trump. So I guess that's good. But when I see them going out on the street and interviewing people in other states, usually the South, I can't believe even women are like, I'm backing Trump 100%. I'm like, are you serious? Like, do you have a uterus still? Or
Yeah. like when they say, "Oh, we're going to take Biden away from you," it's like, okay, if he did something wrong, take him away, put him in prison, whatever. If he did something, but leave him alone if he didn't.
right? Yeah. It's just I'm not gonna lie. I really wish we had somebody younger that
Yeah.
would be president.
Yeah, I can't
Somebody
believe
with.
somebody stepped up. It's like
It's sad that we only have two options and both of them are. I mean,
it's a quarter and both sides are torn and
yeah,
tarnished.
yeah. It's kind of like, yeah. I don't know a better way to say it. It's kind of like when you're on that. Remember when you were in like high school and the teams had to pick each other and you were just like, oh, I hope they pick me. And then they don't. It's kind of like you're the shittiest of the one left. And that's what we have as president, as
There's two left.
candidates. The shittiest of both. I mean, don't get me wrong. I respect Biden. I do. But I also think it's time for us to have a younger president. Like, come on. What is everybody waiting for?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of gap right now. I don't know why.
Too much. I really was excited when Pete Buttigieg went into the race. That would have been, I think he's very smart. I think he's eloquent when he speaks like Obama was.
Oh yeah.
I think he could do a lot and he's young enough. I mean, I think he's younger than both of us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. He's presentable. He's
Yeah.
likable, but I don't know what's stopping him from going farther.
Well, I think that unfortunately a lot of that is mostly men don't like that he's a gay man.
Right.
And I think that probably stops a lot of it.
Scared that it's going to spread if they get near him.
Right. Yeah. Like, I'm going to catch it. Oh.
No, that's not how that
I mean, it's kind of the same thing with women. Like, they don't want a woman president because they think she's going to be too, like, emotional.
right.
And stuff. Yeah. So it's really just dumb. It's like the president is not trying to get in your pants. He wants to make the country great. Just like a woman, she's not going to cry every time something happens bad. Like we've had perfect examples of very strong leadership in women and
Right.
gay men and black men. I mean, come on. And I really wanted Michelle I wanted her to run so bad because she is excellent and eloquent. And every time she speaks, it's like smart.
Yeah, and there's a large trend against intelligence in the last even 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, they're the elite that went to Ivy schools. They don't need to be president. It's like, yeah, they just went to an Ivy League school.
Yeah.
They had to get there somehow. Not everybody just paid their way to the top.
And sadly, what I've noticed in the past probably 10 years is that the president, that title, isn't respected as it used to be. I think people just think it's for politics and TV now.
I mean, yeah, because ever since Reagan was an actor, got into as president, it's kind of
been a joke.
Given it a even though presidents before that still had the same issues, it was just he was a president. He was an actor before he became president.
Yeah, and then I mean Trump solidified that, making it more making our presidency be more of a show than actually helping our country.
Yeah, and that's how he got elected. He just made it a show.
Yeah, it's a reality show. So a lot of people are losing respect for the actual title of the person that's supposed to be running our country.
Yeah, and people don't realize what stuff Trump did to us that are, well, they came to light after Biden was president because he made him a 4-year term.
Yeah.
You're hurting in your taxes, aren't you? Yeah, that's
right. And they think everything's Biden's fault. And I'm like, do you remember what Biden walked into? He walked into a disaster.
Yeah, and that's every president has 4 years to fix the other president's issues.
Yeah.
And
so then the next 4 years are supposed to be their time.
Yeah. So even though a lot of people hated Bill Clinton, he got good information from a lot of people.
He was smart. And
whether
when we were
or not.
Yeah. When we were talking earlier, like, yeah, so I get it that maybe he cheated on his wife with like that, but that's not our business. Our business is how did he affect the US? How did he run our country? I don't give a shit who he sleeps with. That's not my business. That's not my problem. But he was smart. He did things smart. And, Katie was right when she said about Hillary was making all those decisions with him. Like, he had a smart woman with him.
Like I said, it's who you trust and who you know how to get your information from. He was good enough to be able to use it.
Yeah.
He was in office long enough that it wasn't just the 4 years that he messed up. He got an entire time. Same with Obama. You're 4 years and then you're out. The other guy gets to take care of it.
Right. It's always their mess.
Yeah.
And Obama, like, I can't tell you one time that I saw Obama do something that I was like, what the hell are you doing? Every time he made a decision, it was well thought out. And I guarantee you Michelle Obama was helping him with those decisions because she was a smart lady.
It was probably hey, what do you think about this topic?
Right, exactly. Yep, I'm going to go home. I'm going to talk to my wife, and then I'll get back to you.
He's been married for a while, so he probably said, I don't know things.
Yes, we don't know things. So help me out. Come over here.
I said it slower, like I can't even imitate him, but anyway.
Right, I know. He does speak. He pauses in between a lot of phrases and words. I can't even do it either. But I remember that was the first presidency I ever cried for for many reasons.
Right.
Because I first of all, I couldn't believe it was about damn time that we finally elected a black president. And that just meant a lot to me because He knows adversity. He
Right.
knows all that crap. So I was like, it's finally happening. And then we went from him to the whitest racist bully that anyone could ever think of. I was like, what are we doing? We're going back in time.
Just go back 50, 60 years.
Right.
Yeah, looks
That's
good.
what we did.
Look, he drives around really big, expensive cars. He must know what he's doing.
God, it was so disappointing. And I remember out here in Detroit, like you could see them, the people like walking when all those riots started happening during Trump's presidency. Oh my God, there were so many riots for racism and stuff. And I was like, he did this. He caused this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people, I heard all kinds of stuff from people that didn't know what was going on, just criticizing the riots. And like, how else do you get your point across if nobody's listening and you feel like nobody's listening to you?
Yeah.
As an educated person, we know that that's not the right way to do it. But
right.
If you look at the percentage of the United States that's uneducated or at a lower education level, and then you have a lower education in the higher, bigger cities. So what are you going to expect?
Right. Because they're mad. They're fucking pissed off.
They're mad. They know that that's not the right way to that things.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's only the people that Trump didn't support that rebelled, which makes sense. You didn't see.
Everybody else thought they were getting a big tax break and they're going to be making some better money. Their taxes were going to go down. That's all that they care about. Because whenever you talk to anybody who's uber conservative, they talk that their taxes went up. I'm like,
right.
Yeah, who made them go up?
It's such a mess. God, and we're going to I swear, I know we're going to have him for another 4 years. It's inevitable.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go.
I doubt that Biden will win. And Nikki is so far gone. That's not going to ever happen. So the only other option is we're going to have Trump for another 4 years. Which, I always tell Jason, the only good thing about that, the only good thing about having Trump again is after the next 4 years, he can't ever run again.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally it.
If we can make it through those 4 years.
If we can, right? Without a World War III.
Especially with his buddy Putin.
I know. Good Lord. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm not looking forward to it. Anyway, let's wrap this up. I'm so glad you joined me.
Thank you.
Did you have a good time? Was it okay? Okay. I know I love talking to you. I know
turtle
people are gonna
background.
I know the turtle. I like the turtle. But I think this is like one of the first serious posts that I've episodes that I've had.
What extremely deep on that one.
But it's good.
Oh yeah.
I want the episodes to I want them to be about everything that matters to us. And, so this mattered and I wanted to talk to you about it. So I'm glad you joined me. I'm really glad you joined me.
It's a good topic because a lot of people, whenever they argue against the way we were talking, they typically don't have anything to go on.
They don't have a response.
Yeah. Their response is just because.
Yeah.
What I think.
So,
you think that way.
That's why I like to actually, even if you had a different view and you supported Trump, I would still want to talk about it. Like like Jason and I always talk about, like, we like to have a healthy debate, and I think it's great. I watch The View every day because I like Alyssa Farah Griffin's points because she's a Republican. She's the only one on there that's kind of battling all of them, because they're all very liberal. And I actually like her points, not because I agree with her, but because she's there to debate, and they're respectful, and they actually give good points, and I like that. And Jason and he was a political major at Purdue. So he really likes all of that stuff and debating. He got me into politics, and I love it because it matters, and people don't. I have a lot of, I'm not going to mention their names in my family, but they're like, I don't watch politics because it doesn't matter to me. I'm like, it does.
Yeah, I hear
It
that a
affects
lot.
your life every day. They just don't know it.
If you notice in the last probably, well, since Trump's been in office, people's attitudes have kind of changed into, well, deal with me because I'm like that, instead of,
Yeah,
I'm going to be a better person.
right.
My
They're
goal
just
in life
like,
is to be a
I
better
am
person.
who I am. Yeah,
Right.
instead of, oh, maybe I should. Yeah, and like
Maybe I
it's
was rude, or
right,
people,
exactly.
like the other day, somebody dodged in front of me at a stoplight. There was a car length in front of me, and the light was red, and we were like, at the stoplight. And I flashed my lights at them because they were inches away from my bumper, but they flipped me off. I'm like,
Oh,
you're the one that did something wrong. Own up to it.
right. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, he's giving a lot of people, what do you call it?
fuel.
Yeah,
Fuel
he's
to be.
feeding the fuel.
Yeah,
He's making them feel okay about being an asshole.
right. The whole politically correct is completely gone. So everybody
Oh
knows,
yeah, none of that exists.
like, let's not be kosher or talk to anyone
Right.
politely. Let's
Like
just.
you can go on TV and make fun of everyone. That's what he's done. And those people that support him, they're like, now I can call this person a bitch because guess what? My president does.
Yeah, the president made fun of mentally handicapped people that
Exactly.
can't
So I
control
can
their
make
body.
fun of him. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's setting a standard that is not been seen before to
yeah.
this level.
It's
It's scary.
progressed everywhere.
Yeah. And now it's women, it's gay men, it's trans, it's everyone. It's black people, Arabs, it's Mexican people. Like he's attacking everyone except anyone that looks like him.
Right.
So anyway,
You mean
all right.
overweight old men?
Right. Exactly. I love that he said that he was only like what 200 pounds or something.
He was 6'2".
Like, right. Hello, I'm like 175 and I'm a lot smaller than you. And there's no way he's 200 pounds, but whatever he said he was, I don't know. But he's just a liar. He's just a liar.
Yep. Well, good talking with you.
You too. Thank you for joining so much. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, I hope you enjoyed this. And please subscribe to our show, We Don't Know Things. Thank you, Scott, so much. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye.